The Powerpuff Girls meet Freddy Krueger. That's it. That's literally it. Do I need to tell you anything more about it? No, fuck you. The story begins in a boiler room factory. An unseen man is creating a glove with metal blades attached to the fingertips. After the glove is completed, the man tries it on and flexes his fingers. We then see the man's eyes as one of the blades reflects in it, and the man glares. We then cut to Buttercup of the Powerpuff Girls, who is now in the factory. A voice calls to her. Buttercup, it says. I can't do a Freddy Krueger voice, fucking sue me. This voice repeats, and Buttercup investigates. Just as Buttercup thinks she's onto something, a burned man wearing the blade... Wow, this guy fucking just just went off. What's the word I'm looking for? Accelerated. No, wait. God, what is that word? What fucking word am I thinking of? God damn it. What is that? Escalated, that's it. This is escalated. Very fast. Is already there. He's just gonna fuck him up and kill him immediately. And attacks Buttercup. Just as he is about to kill the tomboy, she wakes up in her room and finds cuts in her arms, similar to ones she received in her dream, and everybody begins to worry, because Buttercup has just gone full emo. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised with the new Powerpuff Girls going around. I would not be surprised if they took that route, just the self-deprecating, self-hateful Buttercup, just kind of walking around with, like, eyeliner. It's like, nobody understands me. I don't know if I want to be manly or if I just want to be a girl. I can't figure out what I want to be. I don't understand my personality. I just don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to be. We then flash back to earlier in the day when the professor comes in with a human... It's going to go flashback real quick. Professor comes in with a human skeleton. He reveals that it belongs to the infamous Freddy Krueger, a child molester and child murderer from the 1960s who was burned alive by the parents of his victims. So that's all they got to do. They got to put his bones in a grave and burn them. Supernatural style. That's a great show. Lots of teenage girls watch that. Lots of 5-year-old girls watch Powerpuff Girls. Obviously, there's going to be a crossover episode at some point. I'm absolutely excited for that. The skeleton is also wearing a bladed glove. Wait, no. Professor, you didn't take off the... You just brought a skeleton with a fucking weapon on its arm into your house. I mean, your children are superpowered, but, like, that's some irresponsible shit right there. I mean, the professor has always been, like, slightly irresponsible, like the cat episode where he gets mind-controlled by the fucking cat. That's one of my favorite episodes of Powerpuff Girls. I absolutely hate where the reboot's going, and it makes me a little sick. But then again, Powerpuff Girls has almost always quasi-existed to sell merchandise, and now it's definitely only existing to sell merchandise. That's it. The professor then reveals that he intends to experiment on it to find a way to keep burn victims alive. What? What? He's gonna try to experiment on the skeleton to keep burn victims alive? Is he gonna hook up a fucking IV to it? What the fuck is he gonna do with it? We then cut to that night, and Buttercup has her dream and wakes from it. The next morning, Buttercup is getting her wounds patched up when the girls get a call from the mayor saying that Miss Bellum has been brutally murdered. Shit. The girls respond, and this is rated K. This is rated K. The girls respond and head to City Hall to investigate. Upon examination, they find 4 slashes in Bellum's chest, similar to Buttercup's wounds. Buttercup suspects that this murder is somehow connected to the incident last night. Later that night, the girls stay awake to watch for the killer. However, things take a turn for the worst when the professor's screams are heard coming from his room. They rush in to find him flailing as 4 slashes are put in his chest by an unseen force, and the professor is brutally dragged across the wall and ceiling by the same force, and he then falls to the floor. The girls suddenly remember the skeleton and the bladed glove and realize that Freddy Krueger has returned from the dead to seek vengeance from beyond the grave. God, those girls have some fucking Sherlock Holmes style fucking, oh my God, they have some Sherlock Holmes style fucking investigation. I was listening to the radio earlier. I was listening to the radio earlier, and apparently there's a show that involves Harry Houdini and the writer of the Sherlock Holmes books, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, solving mysteries together. I swear to God, I fucking heard this on the radio, and it wasn't a commercial or anything, like a fake commercial. I swear to God, they're making a television show where Harry Houdini and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle solve mysteries. I'm gonna get back to the story, but I just want you to kind of settle on that, just kind of simmer. The girls then fall asleep and find themselves in the boiler room. Freddy's laugh is heard down the hall, and the girls head in the direction it's coming from. Just then, Freddy pops out of the boiler, and introduces himself. Hey, what's up? It's me, Freddy Krueger. How you doing? That's not in the story, but it makes it better. The girls then attack Freddy, who is able to stay one step ahead of them due to his power over the dream realm, since, he has infinite dream power. At first, the girls have no idea how he's able to stay ahead of them, but soon realize that he gets his power from their dreams. Freddy also reveals that he knows what the girls are afraid of and uses their fears against him. However, the girls are able to overcome them. Thanks for telling us that they just overcome them, author. You don't have to tell me, like, in a paragraph or 2 paragraphs, or maybe even 3 paragraphs, how they overcome their fears, but they just do it. I don't even know what their fears are. Is Buttercup like afraid of herself? Is Blossom like afraid of failure? Dude, like abstract shit like that. You're not telling me. You're not telling me shit. And they eventually pull Freddy out of the dream world, rendering him powerless. They also discovers that he gets his power from a trio of demons known as the Dream Demons. Do they just have a fucking encyclopedia of Freddy Krueger knowledge? Are these girls the girls you see at school who wear the Invader Zim backpack? Are these the Powerpuff Girls who have ascended? They wear the Invader Zim backpack and they tell you they've seen all the Freddy Krueger movies on VHS because their mom wants them to watch it how she watched it back in the 80s, not on Blu-ray like a civilized person, but on VHS like a fucking caveman. And they pull the demons out with the professor's extractor machine. His very convenient extractor machine. And Freddy is reverted back to his unburnt form? That's not how that works. The girls then pin Freddy to the wall and ask him why he kills people. Freddy gives in and tells the girls of his tragic past. Bubbles feels... Oh, yeah, the pedophile who killed children. Bubbles feels sorry for him. But Blossom and Buttercup kill him by blowing up his body. Bubbles then reveals that he pitied the man. Bubbles is a guy now. And the girls decide to travel back in time to the day Freddy was born and put him with a more loving family. They borrow the professor's time machine and the professor has a time machine? This story is all kinds of convenient. And put him up for adoption. The girls come in asking to take the child and claiming to have always wanted a little brother. Yeah, no, I skipped a little bit there. Let's see. To the day Freddy Krueger was born, they arrive at the hospital just as Amanda Krueger is giving birth to the boy, just as Amanda is about to have the child, put up for adoption. The girls come in asking to take the child, claiming to always have wanted a little brother. And of course, Bubbles takes the baby, who becomes quickly attached to the kind-hearted superhero. Now, here's the thing. 3 little girls, 3 little, might I add, superpowered little girls walk into a fucking hospital. It's like, nah, you're not putting this baby up for adoption. Nah, we're taking this baby. How do you explain that? How do you explain that to anyone? Oh, Amanda, I thought you had a baby. Didn't you put it up for adoption? Yeah, but 3 little girls with anime eyes, whatever anime is, because it's the 1940s, came and stole my baby. They just came and stole it. My baby's gone. Oh, well, that problem solved. Who becomes quickly attached to the kind-hearted superhero. The girls then leave the room, but Buttercup stays for a minute and slaps Amanda twice. Once for almost sending Freddy to endure abuse. Like, she would know. How would she know that Freddy would endure abuse and then kill a bunch of kids? And once for claiming that Freddy is no creature of God. This person at least has watched the movies, That's one of those things. She then leaves with the girls. I guess she's going with him. Later, the girls drop Freddy off at the residence of a family known as the Georgesons. I think it was supposed to be like Georgesons, but it's like the Georgesons. The woman of the family, Barbara Georgeson, answers the door when the girls knock. The girls give the baby to her, claiming to have found him on a bed of moss on their way home from school. This is still the 1940s, right? Like, I understand that it's 1940s, but at the same time, like, the three little girls wearing matching outfits come up to your door and hand you a baby that they found just in some moss somewhere, and you're just going to take it like this. Okay, all right. Bubbles bids the baby farewell and kisses him on the forehead before handing him to Barbara. Once Barbara enters the house, the girls leave, then go back to the present. They begin wondering if their actions change anything. Suddenly, they see Freddy, who is wearing his bladed glove. At first, the girls believe they changed nothing, but then Freddy reveals that he was practicing for a movie he's making. They then discover that Freddy has become a horror enthusiast instead of a serial killer, just like my brother Josh, who ended up killing several people, but I always dreamed that he would just make his movies. Not the kind of snuff films that he did make with the bags of meat and organs, but the ones with butterflies and hooks, but not real hooks, like fake hooks. This is the best. This is the best thing. They didn't discover that while Freddy still came up with the idea of the glove, he uses it as a prop instead of a killing tool. It's still just a fully bladed glove, though. They then discover that he starred in the 1958 film adaptation of Dracula as Christopher Lee's stunt double. 1942 is when he was born, and in 1958 he's Christopher Lee's stunt double when he's 16? This story is riddled with plot holes. The girls invite Freddy into the house, and he pulls out his box of memories, which contains some works of his, including drawings of Bubble and his bladed glove, which he says were inspired by dreams he had as a child. After a while, Freddy claims that he has to leave, and the professor, who is revealed to be alive, but Miss Bellum is still fucking dead. Not of bladed claws or anything, it's cancer. It was cancer. Bids Freddy farewell as he exits the house and walks off into the sunset. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also things, and if you want to watch another shitty fanfiction video, click up in the top right-hand corner. If you want to watch a video that has nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, click in the bottom left-hand corner. If you want to buy shirts and shit, that's up in the top left-hand corner, and I also have a Patreon because I'm walking human waste, and that's in the bottom right-hand corner. Alright, I'm gonna go fucking boil over this for a little bit. I'm gonna think about it, think about what I've done, think about what this author has done, and kind of just mull over my life for a bit, you know? Like all good people do.